Tina, who was that man that dropped you the other day? Julia, calm down. He was my boss. Is this how your boss now drops his cleaner home? He was just being kind. That your boss is handsome, Sha. Enjoy it while it lasts. Julia, I'm going for that party I told you about. I will find a rich man soon. When will you stop this your hookup lifestyle? Tina is just a cleaner and already has a rich boyfriend. How does that even happen? It's me who is supposed to get all the attention, not her. Tired of pretending to care about her. I have to get rid of her.
In a city where wealth screamed louder than character, Tina learned early that silence could be strength. Every morning before the sun fully stretched over Abuja, Tina stood at the bus stop in her faded navy uniform, clutching her lunch bag like a promise she had not yet broken. Cars passed, big, polished SUVs with tinted windows, splashing yesterday's rainwater onto the roadside dust. She never flinched. Poverty had taught her endurance long before adulthood. Tina was beautiful in a quiet way, not the loud beauty that turned heads in clubs, but the calm grace that settled into the heart. She was a university graduate, educated, disciplined, and painfully aware that certificates did not pay rent. That was how she found herself working as a cleaner at one of Abuja's most luxurious hotels. At night, she returned to a cramped one-room apartment she shared with her best friend, Julia. The room barely contained their one mattress on the floor, two plastic chairs, a gas cooker with one working burner, and a fan that groaned like an old man. The walls carried the smell of dampness and cheap perfume. Julia, unlike Tina, refused to bend to hardship. "You're not serious with your life," Julia said one evening, lying on the bed and scrolling through her phone. "You went to university to carry mop and broom for 50,000 naira. Tina smiled tiredly as she folded her uniform. Julia scoffed. "You are working for money that can't change your life. I go on one date and collect 500,000 in one night. No stress." Tina didn't argue. She had heard this speech too many times. Education without money is useless. Julia continued. "If you like, continue suffering." "I want my master's degree," Tina replied calmly. "After that, I'll get a better job." Julia laughed loudly. "Master's degree? While you are busy washing toilets, life is passing you by." Julia was what people called a hookup babe. Confident, seductive, always dressed to kill. Men picked her up in expensive cars, transferred money, made promises they never intended to keep. She called it survival. She tried many times to convince Tina to join her. "You're beautiful," Julia insisted one night. "Poor background or not, men don't care. Use what you have." Tina's voice hardened. "I can't risk my life for money. I've seen what desperation does." Julia rolled her eyes. At the hotel, Tina worked like her future depended on it. Because it did, she cleaned every room assigned to her thoroughly, scrubbed bathrooms until the tiles shone, and polished floors until her reflection stared back at her. Some co-workers disliked her discipline, others admired it quietly. Jealous whispers followed her footsteps. "She thinks she's better than us. She's forming educated madam. Only Naya treated her nicely." Naya had worked at the hotel for 2 years and understood its unspoken politics. She was observant, streetwise, and protective. "You are doing well," Naya told Tina during break time. "But be careful. Hard work attracts attention, good and bad." Naya also told her stories about the hotel. "Our CEO, Mr. Lawrence," she said one afternoon, lowering her voice. "Very rich, always abroad. Hardly comes here." "What is he like?" Tina asked casually. "Handsome," Naya smirked. "And single. Most ladies here have eyes on him, but he never looks at them." A week later, the hotel buzzed with tension. Mr. Kelvin, the manager, called an emergency meeting. Everyone should be on their best behavior, he announced sternly. Roland will be arriving this weekend. Any mistake will not be tolerated. When Tina got home that evening, she told Julia everything. Julia's eyes lit up immediately. This is your chance. My chance for what? Tina asked. To seduce him, of course, Julia said confidently. He's single and rich. This is how destiny works. Tina scolded her sharply. Stop it. I'm there to work, not disgrace myself. Julia laughed. Suit yourself. That weekend, Mr. Lawrence arrived. His luxury car rolled into the hotel driveway smoothly. When he stepped out, time seemed to pause. He was tall, handsome, and well-built, and carried himself with quiet authority. His eyes were sharp, his movements controlled. Inside his office, he met with the manager and announced he would be staying for 5 months before returning abroad. 2 weeks later, Tina was assigned to clean the CEO's office. She arrived early, nervous but focused. She cleaned the office carefully, wiped every surface, and scrubbed the restroom until it smelled of disinfectant and lemon. In her haste to finish quickly, she forgot the sweeping brush in the corner. Later that day, Mr. Lawrence entered his office. He noticed the cleanliness immediately. Then his eyes caught the brush. He called his secretary. Who cleaned my office? He asked. Tina, sir, one of the new cleaners. When Tina walked in, her heart pounded. She stood respectfully. The moment Mr. Lawrence saw her, something shifted inside him, something quiet but undeniable. Sit down, he said. She hesitated, then sat. Are you enjoying your job? He asked. Yes, sir. Why choose cleaning? It was the only position available, Tina answered honestly. I needed to pay my bills. He nodded thoughtfully, then said, I called you because you forgot your sweeping brush. Tina's face flushed. I'm very sorry, sir. You may return to work, he said calmly. Meanwhile, one night, Julia was returning from a party. She narrowly escaped kidnappers. She vowed to change. But 2 weeks later, temptation pulled her back. One evening, Mr. Lawrence dropped Tina home after work. Julia watched from inside. Who is that man? She asked eagerly. That's my boss, Tina replied. Julia smiled fakely. That your boss is very handsome. But why would he drop his cleaner home? Or is there more to this? One night in the car, Lawrence told her about his feelings for her and his plans to marry her. Then Tina asked quietly, will your family accept me? I am just a poor cleaner. You are enough. And it is just me and my mother. My mother will definitely accept you. Love grew slowly, sincerely. He invited her to his house for dinner. That night marked the beginning of their relationship. Later, he proposed. They made plans to travel abroad for their wedding. When Julia saw everything, the proposal, the wedding plans, and the travel plans, envy consumed her. She demurred bitterly. What does she have that I don't have? I would have acted fast if I had known it would end well. I never thought Tina would get married before me. I will get rid of you, Tina. The morning Tina stood at the airport with her husband, Abuja felt like a chapter gently closed. Her passport felt heavier than it should, not because of visas, but because of memories, more buckets, early buses, whispered insults, and the small room where dreams once slept on a thin mattress. Julia stood, forcing a smile. Enjoy, Julia said, hugging her tightly. Don't forget us. Tina felt the stiffness in her friend's body. Envy had the smell sweet and bitter at the same time. Abroad, life moved differently. The air was colder. The streets were quieter. The buildings were tall but distant, like they had no interest in human struggle. Tina lived in a world she once only cleaned after, glass walls, silent elevators, dinner served without noise. At first, she felt like a visitor in her own life. Her husband loved and respected her so much. Tina now lived the life of her dreams. If you would love to watch part 2, the next outcome of Julia's life, drop your comment below and hit the subscribe button, give this video a big like, and share with someone who needs this message.